are deep in the desert, and we couldn't get bars. So now we're back. And we want to fill you in on where we are. Another road trip. Saving some more lives.
Deep in the desert. Right now between Phoenix and Las Vegas. I think they did a movie about this. Right?
I don't know.
I think there have been a couple different movies.
Oh, that weird movie we watched, huh?
I don't know which one you're referring to, but oh my god, yeah. Anyways, that was not our trip. Our trip was phenomenal. Met some great people. This was actually work and fun, family. We got a chance to come out to Phoenix and meet with some of the amazing community partners that I've been connecting with over the last few months while we are seeking to help individuals coming out of the system, getting them connected to private healthcare coverage. So we came out here to meet with people from the Department of Corrections, from parole, probation, community service partners. Just met a lot of amazing people who are really passionate about what they're doing. Definitely needed that breath of inspiration because it's been really challenging working with some other states that are not as enthusiastic about really helping to address the issues that all of us have coming out of the system. So it's been really, really cool to work with all of these people. Janelle and Natalie, both of you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all of Thursday. Was mapped out as far as making sure that I was able to connect with everyone that I wanted to connect with, and got a chance to be a part of something that for me brought back a lot of memories. I went to parole orientation.
Ooh.
Something that didn't exist when I was on parole, when I came out in the state. And U.S. probation is very, very different for the feds. Nothing like this really exists either. So they hold this once a week, and it's an orientation, the same way they do when you come into a facility, but this is on the outside. And man, like how enthusiastic all of the parole officers who were involved, they were like welcoming everybody home.
Wow.
And for me, that was like it was pretty surreal, because we talked a lot about overcoming our past trauma. Most people that are justice impacted have had a negative experience, right, with law enforcement, especially parole and probation. And to have people that are genuinely invested, they're doing things differently, they don't automatically violate people, they're all about second chances, and they prove this by bringing in all these community partners to this orientation, helping get people connected. So sign them up. There was people getting signed up for bank accounts on the spot, even if they didn't have ID.
Wow.
Mobile, wireless through Cricket, getting them all signed up for phones. Obviously treatment, but then there was driver's license, social security, all the essential components. Food distribution, dress for success, clothing. I mean, like those are the people that need to be in the room, and I felt very fortunate to be a part of that. And looking at how we can contribute to that was just a really great experience that I had all day there, working with those representatives from parole, probation, and Department of Corrections. Very cool.
Very cool. And like you said earlier, there's trauma around people that have had a negative experience with parole and probation. And to be honest, it's like degrees of separation, right? Because as a prison wife, I was always petrified of it because of everybody's, we all exchange stories and help support one another, and majority of people, if not everybody I had spoken to up until this point has had negative experiences. So the fact that, you had such a positive experience there, and the other people who are being released are having such a positive experience that is so huge, and that really is incredible, because as somebody who had to do paper with you for 3 years, and we're thankfully getting to the end of that, but like, it's constant stress and anxiety, and you're not doing anything wrong. So that's amazing that they want to make it a positive experience versus like, let's see how fast we can violate you.
Yeah. Very, very true. And then also meeting with these community service providers, was really impressed, because here's the challenge, right? Anybody that's in this space knows that there's a lot of money involved, and a lot of times it becomes very profit driven, and the individuals who are supposed to be the clients, the ones who need the services, their best interests are not always in mind. But I met some really amazing people working within these programs who are very much committed to the mission, to the individuals. Like the program I just left, I spent time with one of their clinicians who, like, this guy was genuinely excited to tell me about what he was doing. Like, he's like, I love coming into work every day.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice if that's how everybody felt?
I mean, how cool is that? That guy's at the right place. He's where he's supposed to be. So, and obviously that changes the experience for everybody going through that. So we're, both days have been absolutely tremendous. Love spending time out here. It's very much like Las Vegas. It's hot.
It's hotter than Las Vegas.
What is it right now?
It was 115 on the sign.
It's gone down. It's only 113 right now.
They have, like, the billboards that are electronic, and they roll over ads. They actually have, like, as you're driving, the ads, and then one of the things that flips over says the time and the temperature. And it was 115 degrees, and you literally feel like a roasted chicken baking in the oven when you walk down the street. You do.
I love your descriptions.
Next stop is Shell. In 7.6 miles, turn right.
So, all done.
CEO is back there having a snack. Say hi, bud.
Touch, bud. So we had some time to play as well, and wound up staying at a pretty great hotel.
This is the first time that I've literally, I was shocked by how nice a place was compared to online, which is crazy. Like, pictures online were like, okay, it looks okay. Looks fine, but wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, great room, which was actually more of a suite.
Where was it? What was it?
It was in Embassy Suites by Hilton, which I don't know if we've ever stayed at an Embassy Suites, but got a deal through American Express, and it was in the right part of town where somebody suggested we try it out. They said, hey, let's give it a shot, and man, it was great. All the people there were great. The room was great. It was like there was an out room, a front room. It was more of a suite.
You could see the room, actually, if you go to my Instagram story today, because I tagged you in it. It's so cute. I posted a story of me and CJ playing hide and seek in the room, because he was hiding like this, and I had to come find him. It was so cute.
Well, it was a great place. They had inside, it's like an atrium with the rooms around the outside of it, and in the middle there are koi ponds and waterfalls, which obviously was cool for him because he got to feed the fish.
Yeah, at the front desk they had little like Dixie cups, bigger than like a large Dixie cup, and they filled it with fish food, and then you could go up and get it. Like, any of the kids, I guess grown-ups too, could get it as often as they wanted. So that was my bribery for the weekend. Like, if you're a good boy while we're eating dinner, you get to go feed the fish. Did you get to feed the fish today? Was it fun? Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, all in all, it was a great.
And then the pool.
The pool was great last night. CJ made some friends in the pool. was just a great trip. You know, I want to touch on this because the last place that we stopped is at I think they're the largest treatment provider. It's called New Freedom. Some people are fans, some are not. Went there, took a tour, been in conversations with them on how we can support them in transitioning, you know, with healthcare and making sure, most importantly, those people coming out of the system who want to go into that program, to make sure that we help them get connected to the coverage that's going to let them do that. Going into that facility, you know, I didn't know what to expect. It's an amazing facility. First thing when I came out, I told Ro, I'm like, man, you're not going to believe it. They got rigs in there, meaning CrossFit rigs.
Like squat racks and pull-up bars. Like, it's called a rig in CrossFit land because it's not called a rig in other lands. So
yes,
go ahead.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
They had assault bikes, just all sorts, medicine balls, like all sorts of different fitness stuff and this is like right in the center of their property of what they're doing.
You're welcome, buddy. You want me to take that for you? Go ahead.
So I was so impressed. Obviously that caught my attention, all the clinicians that they had there, but then all of the people who were there. It was, how do I explain this? Because I felt, I don't want to say felt like I was back on the yard, but there was an element of like, I could feel these are all people that just recently got out.
Wait, keep going with this thought. Okay, so you felt like, in what sense did you feel it? In a good way?
Interesting. Like, I'm still trying to process that because they're all there for treatment. They've created a safe space to do that. I agree with all the principles that they're operating under. And the energy felt really good. And all the people coming through,
okay, buddy.
like, it felt good. But it was still, like, there's a different energy in prison. There's a different, people move.
I see what you're saying. Got it. Okay.
And that's basically what I was feeling.
Do you want to get out? We're
in
stopping.
that situation.
2 minutes. We're 2 minutes away from the gas station. Okay?
Somebody's getting a little restless, and man, we've still got 4 hours to go.
He wants out of his car seat. So, but we're stopping in 2 minutes anyway at the gas station. We're literally a mile and a half away.
Yeah.
So that's interesting you say that, though. The way that people move it makes sense. Like, actually, there's a comment here from Bridget. Bridget, please feel free to email us. Her husband got out a couple years ago, or 3 years ago. They have a baby too. I'm sorry, 4 years ago it says. And they're going through some stuff. And I'm not saying this is your situation, but recently, a lot of people have been reaching out. Here, hold mama's hand, baby. Yeah, hold my hand. About post-incarceration syndrome and having a lot of struggles after incarceration. So I think that's something that we'll touch upon in the not too distant future, the near future. Okay, sorry. What else did you want to say?
No, I think that's probably about it.
I think that's our go time.
Yeah, that's our go time. We need to pull over, make sure he's good, get some gas, make sure we're good.
Yeah,
And I think I'm going to grab a cup of coffee.
Me too.
One for you too. So we'll grab some coffee and we'll get back on the road. Just grateful that we had an opportunity to get a good signal, hop on, join you guys for a little bit.
There you go.
Just want to fill you in on what we've been doing.
No, you want something else?
And yeah, there goes that.
Oh, that's the
We
show.
will definitely get back with you soon.
Love you guys. Mwah.